Hey everyone, I just wanted to show you how God doesn't like ugly. So, Facebook took down my page um, for violence, and I wasn't really being violent. Um, I was having a conversation with a friend who is unvaccinated, and he was talking about how he wanted to go outside. And pretty much all I was just saying was, if you're not vaccinated, just stay home with your family, your wife and your children. We were going back and forth. He started saying outside was more important than his family. So I said in a plain manner, I'm going to beat you for saying, that outside is more important than your family. Whatever. So Facebook decides to um, block my page for 30 days for me trying to save a life and possibly lives, because you don't know what could happen if when he goes out there and, you're just further spreading you know, the, I don't want my video to come down, but, you're further spreading that stuff even more. So I appealed it because I felt like, because typically I've been blocked before, and I don't really care to appeal it because like whatever, I don't care. To hell with Facebook. But this time, because I knew I was doing a good thing, I said I would go ahead and appeal it. So I want to go to the appeal website right now. I think it's loading. Yep, it's loading. Okay. And this is what their site looks like. And that is my case right there. Let me sit down for this. So let's view case, because they're not going to review it, but they looked at it, but they won't review it. I don't know what that means. You had the time to look at it, but you see, we received your appeal September 21st. Remember that date. September 21st, 2021. But unfortunately, you've not been selected for review at this time. Thank you for submitting an appeal. Unfortunately, your case was not selected. But it was selected because you received it. Okay. You believe Facebook made a mistake about your decision related to its standards on violence and incitement. You can read, right? The board may select your case in the future. If circumstances change, we will let you know if this happens. Go to hell. But I do want you to see what I said to them. Because maybe that's why they're not going to review it. So, it asks you, how did Facebook get this decision wrong? I said, I was having a conversation with a friend, who is still my friend, by the way. Facebook pretends to care about the coronavirus, COVID-19, SARS, whatever the name is, but I get punished for saving a life or lives since my friend is unvaccinated and he was serious about going out and having a night out on the town. He has 2 babies and a wife, and I reminded him what was important. And when he said going out was more important than his family, me saying I was going to beat him is not literal. I'm 4'11". I'm a 4'11" female, and he's a 6, tall male. All in our conversation, you see us laughing, having a grand old time. Even after they blocked my page, we talk privately, so I'm confused. It's okay to spread the virus, but it's not okay to tell your friend you'll beat them jokingly for doing it. And at the end of the day, I stopped him from going out there. But no one is telling me I did a good thing. And I'm the one getting held up. No wonder this virus is spreading like wildfire, because people don't really care until it affects them and their close family. If I worked at Facebook, immediately I would have said, she's trying to help him, not harm him. But I guess this is the result when everyone thinks alike at any company. And that's not good when you have almost 3 billion users from all over the world. We all have our own language, lingo that you might not understand, but you should do better in finding those people who can understand. Not everyone speaks Harvard or Ivy League. Some of us may even have a limited vocabulary, and that's where our neighborhood lingo kicks in. But you discriminate against those types, block their page, and associate it with something bad. But I can go on Facebook now, even on my timeline, and see males talking vulgarly about women's body parts, and that's normal? ? I can still search on Facebook, and I can still search on Facebook, and I'm currently watching these teens actually beat on an innocent girl. So they allow that content, so when our kids see it, they think it's cool. I say the word beat, and it's bye-bye. LOL. Okay, and it goes on again. Does this content involve any important social issues? Yes. We all come from different places, meaning we all talk differently from one another. What you think is funny, I may not think it is, and vice versa. The majority of the people that work at Facebook, from the pictures I see online, are white. And if they're not, they're Asian or of Indian descent, with a splash of African American workers there. And when I say a splash, I probably meant a sprinkle, maybe like 1 or 2, if that. Where am I at? Okay. And I'm guessing, okay, let me go back. With a splash of African American workers there. And I'm guessing everyone is robotic like one another. Because if someone checked it, meaning my post, because I, told them that they misunderstood what I was saying. If someone checked it a second time, they would have had to see it was friends, quote unquote, black friends from the urban areas, jokingly talking with each other. But when you work at a place where everyone thinks alike, I guess they block your page. And they know they are wrong too, because my page has been blocked before, and I noticed every time that they are wrong, they still block your page. But wait, I'm skipping around. Okay, and I know they are wrong too, because my page has been blocked before, and I noticed every time that they are wrong, they still block your page, but send me a link for oversight. I wish they were this quick when children are being groomed by pedophiles and online speaking to weirdos. But no, they had the time to target me, and all I'm doing is stopping the further spread of COVID. But this is the world we live in now. God must be proud. And let me add, sometimes it is bad. Like if someone is arguing, bullying, or like the video that's currently on Facebook of 2 teens beating up a teen girl, things like that deserves a timeout, possibly banned. But for my situation, Facebook has gotten it wrong. And Facebook knows it. That's why they sent me to the oversight board to appeal. I could only imagine how many people they do this to because they take it out of context. Or maybe because I'm not, and so many others are not politicians, our freedom of speech don't matter to the robots or humans at Facebook. And I said that because it's clear he's taking bribes from the Biden people. What else did I say? Provide a summary. Facebook says, tell me what's on your mind, but that's a lie. Is there anything else you think the board should know? I see lives on Facebook of people fighting or talking about harming people, and those pages stay up, and it's disgusting. I save a life, and I'm the bad guy. They asked, did we take it out of context? I said yes, but they still make me go through this? Okay, so that is what I said. I'm sorry that this is like 11 minutes now. I want y'all now to look at this video. And remember when I said in the appeal thing, God does not like ugly. Like, I pray to him every night. I don't pray to him about Facebook shit, but he's like my guardian angels, my ancestors, they see what's going on. So let's see.
Meanwhile, figuring out this Facebook whistleblower entertainment. So
we're not gonna watch the whole thing.
Meanwhile, figuring out this Facebook whistleblower entertainment. Testimony in Washington that's already having huge reverberations. Take a look.
Yesterday, we saw Facebook get taken off the internet. I don't know why it went down, but I know that for more than 5 hours, Facebook wasn't used to deepen divides, destabilize democracies, and make young girls and women feel bad about their bodies. I believe in the potential of Facebook. We can have social media we enjoy that connects us without tearing apart our democracy, putting our children in danger, and sowing ethnic violence around the world. We can do better.
All right, that's pretty damning comment when the former top insider at Facebook says, when everything went down for about 6 or 7 hours, it was good. That was a good respite for the entire world. Theresa Payton joins us right now, the former White House Chief Information Officer. Theresa, what did you make of that? I found that a fascinating comment, that though she's hopeful there is some good in Facebook, she was relieved that yesterday we essentially didn't have a Facebook or an Instagram for a good 6 or 7 hours. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons. I think of all the small businesses that I know that actually don't have their own web page anymore. They use Instagram and Facebook exclusively to actually reach out to their customers. So they were down all day yesterday, so it wasn't a good day for them. The question really has to be, do the regulatory agencies that could potentially have oversight and governance over social media, especially Facebook, and does the Hill and the administration, do they have the grit and determination to really understand what's happening technically under the hood and then actually hold them accountable to a higher ethical standard? We are lacking national and international standards on the ethics.
On the what? On the ethics.
Artificial intelligence, algorithms, big data.
They know exactly what's going on. I just showed you guys. They looked at my appeal and then decided that they weren't going to officially review it just so I can get my goddamn page back. But like I said before, remember I said God does not like ugly, and look at him. He loses $6 billion in hours. So it's cute when they take away our pages because, we feel like we're nothing, or, not we're nothing, but, like we're so little in the little game of Facebook, you know, like he owns it. Like, so I guess he could do whatever he wants to do. He could make the rules, just like he could ban our president Trump, you know, from having a page. So if he could do that to President Trump, I'm nothing. So, but again, look at that. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg loses, and I know it's Zuckerberg, but we're gonna Zuckerberg loses $6 billion in hours as stocks tumble. Good for him. Good for him and those nasty people who work at Facebook. And let me not even call them nasty, because they're actually following his rules. So I apologize, everyone at Facebook, but Mark, you're trash.